tes. Mamang IJ Cing J Kenangan cuan J. Baik lagi oi. Suaranya bocor tuh dia. Hah? Ayo suara in game datang. Ayo suara orang aja. Oh. Cosplay faidan. What?
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go. Nothing but absolute focus in the eyes of Gennaro Gattuso, Jim, and no doubt he will be relishing every part of the battle.
Yeah, the very epitome of competitiveness and relentlessness. I mean, he's a real menace in every sense of the word. If you're on the ball, he'll chase.
Great chance! And he's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Pullet duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Can he finish? Really well taken goal. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Lewandowski demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
He's having a shot! Sticks it away! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch.
Shot a goal! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Ibrahimovic! He's got a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
This is quite... Shoots!
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Milan. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And this is Van Basten. Now, can he find a finish? Hangs one in. And the shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Lewandowski gets flagged offside.
Oh, yeah.
Ambitious ball here. No luck with that dink over the top. And here's Ibrahimovic. Lobbed in behind. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Platini. Pullet receives it in a good position here. Oh, that's a fine interception. And that was very necessary. It's a pretty loose pass. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, good ball! Well, pleasingly open affair so far. Goals wherever you look. Great vision. And he plays one through. And this is Pullet. Tries a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Well read, and the danger... Bullet! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Rodri. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Del Piero. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And they've got a throw. Stood up well to him there. Rui Costa plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Milan looking to pass their way through. Can he get on the end of this? That's a nicely shaped ball. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And he's picked it up out wide. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Kagawa has given away a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking. Gattuso. Platini. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Milan finding their passes. And this is Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! Goal, Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Milan go into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Rodri. Del Piero. Now it's Lewandowski. And it's been played through. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And it's Hullet. Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Van Basten.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Now it's Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Platini. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Brilliantly cut out. Danger averted for now. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
It's a promising position. And this is Lewandowski.
Lewandowski really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Del Piero. That's been slipped through. Sergi promptly onto that, and that is that. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And this is Van Basten. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He's through here, and it's made its way to Rui Costa! And he hits the net. And there's the goal they've been looking for. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Turns back here, probably the best option. Lewandowski under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
And here's Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Del Piero finds himself offside. Platini. Shifted it to the flank. Bastoni calmly anticipates. Del Piero. Now it's Van Basten. Gattuso has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Real chance! Yes! And they are cruising away. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Gattuso. Nicely aimed pass. The ball goes in.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Now it's Hazard. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Just about up to 75 minutes. And he's picked it up out wide. Fired deep towards the back post. Back towards the middle. Looking tidy in possession here. Del Piero! It's there! They're back within reach!
The goal
Well, when it's
scorer
pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Number 10.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here?
Alessandro Del Piero!
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Esteban. Number 15.
Knocks it into space,
Hazard. Coming on
back into the
field.
middle, and he welcomes it in. Decent chance!
Number 18. Vinicius
Rodri.
Junior. Substitution on the field. Number 10. Del Piero.
And he's managed to
Coming on
gift
the
it
field
back.
Is number 14.
Robertson.
Rafinha.
And this is Lewandowski. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Pass somewhat off target. Played out to the left flank.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Kagawa.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
He's having a go. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. It's their second corner of the game.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
There's the shot! It's hit the crossbar. He can get that clear. 4 extra minutes added on. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. And Hullet! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A game that is a tale of one that got away. A position of great promise.
Ngeprem ya.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2
Hello,
hours,
everybody,
it might
and
not feel
welcome
like
to
that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the more productive players around, despite being a defender. When you look at his stats and see his contributions, you can realise how key a player he really is. And I suppose in many ways you can call him the perfect example of...
Chance for a shot! And that has fair fizzed.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Not the most accurate pass. Ferran Torres, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Beckham. Van Basten. And it's Del Piero. Eder Militao kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Ferran Torres providing an outlet on that flank. Bayer deals with that nice and simple. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Flashes it up, shapes to shoot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Oh, well played. And that was very necessary. And here's Del Piero. He's a sharp little ball here. Ruben Neves. In with the challenge. Now, can they get it? Great chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Lewandowski clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. Busquets clears. That's a throw.
Wala terjadi yang jadi saja. Mau hanya barang dulu dah. Gila.
Beckham. And that's a... He's had a shot! It's in! Just gorgeous, the most
Yeah,
glorious,
aslinya mah barang dia.
delicious of touches. Followed up with an unerring finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Number 20, Robert Lewandowski.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Lewandowski, this is promising. And he plays one through. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
This ended up in no man's land. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Eder Militao kept his eye on it, and he's there. Spread it left. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Ferran Torres is onto this. That's a sharp pass. Beckham. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Eder Militao spots it and intercepts. He shifted it to the flank. And it's Van Basten. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Van Nistelrooy. Raul. Van Basten. Nice looking ball. Oh, that's clever. Ferran Torres might just make this. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Beckham, and it's Van Basten. Now it's Del Piero, and it's been played through. Alexander-Arnold.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
A probing pass. And he's managed to get free. Van Basten. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And here's Ferran Torres. No messing about, just bludgeoned
There will
away.
be 1 minute added time.
Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Raul. And this is Van Nistelrooy.
Well, he certainly...
And the first half is done. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we are already promptly back underway.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Searching pass he's played there. Azar. And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, that's fabulous. Cross into the box.
Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. It's not an especially good pass, that. Del Piero. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And this is Raul. Out towards the flank. And this is Raul. Tries to get it clear. Sporting have got it back and they'll have another go. And this is Raul. Delivers the... Oh, smashing header! He will be livid with himself.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Long ball by the goalkeeper. Oh, this is a great position.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Substitution.
Sporting choosing to make the first change. So a couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
Well, it looks like he's playing his trump card. That'll inject a lot of energy up front.
Plays it across. That's an excellent interception. Beckham gets rid without sophistication. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And here's Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Olise. That's a corner kick. He gets big. And now they can clear their lines. And it's Alexander-Arnold. And it's made its way to him. Bayer claims it. Safe hands. Del Piero. Now it's Van Basten. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Beckham. That's a good ball out wide.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Robert Lewandowski. Coming on to replace him is number 11, Mbappe.
João Neves. Now Van de Ven. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Mbappe. Long ball looking to counter. Tries to play it through. Cross goes in there. He rises! And that would have been game, set and match.
Mbappe really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Coming on the field is number 18, Vinicius Junior.
Good ball, good take. Now it's Del Piero. Played into space. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Robertson gathers from the goal kick. Now it's Son Heung-min. 1-0 as we head towards the end. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Lewandowski.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
That's a throw. Beckham. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Eder Militao makes the interception. Looking to play him in. That's going to go a long way.
There will be 3 minutes.
And the number on the board is 3. And they win it back again. Vinicius Junior. Park Ji-sung. Son Heung-min has it out wide and in space. And he's quick to get it clear again. And that will be it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2
Hello,
hours, it
everybody,
might not
and
feel
welcome
like
to
that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. The action has already started. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Del Piero. And this is Lewandowski. Lewandowski showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Lewandowski. Wilshere. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Chiang Rai clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And it's Van Basten. Probing pass. Casillas gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Passing is crisp and sharp. Costa Curta gets a foot in here. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Jordan Henderson is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And he was quick to react. Neymar knocks it out wide. Del Piero did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. It's gone for a throw-in. Chooses to go cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
And back to the keeper.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Searching pass he's played there. Wan-Bissaka, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And it's Rodri. Van Basten. Park Ji-sung.
That was lovely, that.
And he welcomes it in. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Park Ji-sung. Neymar shot a goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And we have our very first corner. He can get that clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Van Dijk tries to get it clear. Back in once more. That's a decent clearance. Now it's Lewandowski. Van Basten looking to penetrate opposition lines. Van Basten was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Now it's Neymar.
Del Piero.
He is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Turns back here, probably the best option. Bastoni, that is ended up in no man's land. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Park Ji-sung. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Del Piero. Played into space. And the first half is done. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we are back underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Del Piero threads one in, and he welcomes it in, crossed into the box. Hangs it, gets his head on it! Good try, the outcome could so easily have been different. Bastoni spots it and intercepts. Now it's Van Basten. Van Basten. Costa Curta. Van Nistelrooy is onto it in a flash. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And a chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Lewandowski actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
He's going for goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? And now they can spring out of defence. And now the breakaway, looking for the run. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Bastoni aims beyond the defence. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Del Piero is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. And it's Wilshere. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, good take in a good area. And he lines up a cross. Shapes to shoot!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
And here's Van Nistelrooy. Goes for the shot! Van Basten. And it's Beckham. Bastoni. Just about up to 75 minutes. Van Basten was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Van Basten. Caresses it. Bullish header! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Coming on to replace him is number 11, Mbappe.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Costa Curta. And Wan-Bissaka. Park Ji-sung in acres of speed. He rises! Didn't quite get enough on that.
He simply mistimed the header, and it was as if he knew it wasn't going to work out. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Yeah, that looks a decent ball. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, that's a fine interception.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
That's going to go a long way.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Del Piero. Cross to the back post. Keeper's dealt with that.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Good read, needed to be. Played out to the right. Wan-Bissaka.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. And that will be the final act. Frustration, exasperation, vexation.
Jadi tuh? Nah,
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Well, it seems fair to say, Jim, that Diego Forlan is the outstanding player in this lineup.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible how his career has turned out after a difficult start. He's made himself into a great all-round player with vision and creativity in addition to his finishing now.
And a reputation for being lethal, clinical, vital in front of goal is by now very, very richly deserved.
Really effective. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Ronaldinho. Camavinga. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Van Basten. Lewandowski. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. It's Forlan. Jordan Henderson. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And it's been played through. Cleared away. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Strokes it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Azar. To Van Basten. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Van Basten, forever the opportunist. A sniff, that's all he needs. Tries to play it through. Forlan! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And they've got rid. He has found the way through. And it's Azar. Van Basten could try cutting inside here. Out of play for a throw.
Nonton ayah di TV ya.
Hazard gets into some space. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Bastoni gets a foot in here. Lovely pass, but can he get... Oh, shooting chance! He scored! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
After 22
So the
minutes,
first goal of the game.
number 9.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Van Basten.
Forlan, Manchester United are looking to break at pace. He is through here. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Orang mana masih buka.
Van Basten. Lewandowski. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Ronaldinho, very much a man of this moment.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And the shot's on here. Kukçu. Rooney. Van Nistelrooy puts his foot on the gas. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Well, we've seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. That has ended up in no man's land. Rooney kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Lewandowski. Now it's Van Basten. Hazard hoisted in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Ronaldinho. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Well, that pass isn't the best. Rooney powering forward here. Can he get on the end of this?
Gila.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Huh?
Now it's Lewandowski. That's a good ball out wide. Threads one in. And this is Del Piero. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And we have our very first corner. He rises! Oh, it's come off the upright. No, he didn't quite meet it right. Kimmich, looking for a runner.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Robertson. Kupchu.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
There will be 1 minute added time.
We are into stoppage time. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the keeper gets his hands on it. And the whistle goes for half-time.
Mau ikut ke sini
Well,
lagi.
it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a
Please,
genuine
you
flow
should
to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Oh, ya.
Leading a
Gua nunggu
cagey
aku.
game here. It's
Kita
had its
dari rumah
moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Bastoni, pass somewhat off target. Del Piero. Now it's Van Basten. Can he get it through? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Ronaldinho. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Well, that's well spotted. Rooney. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Del Piero. Now it's Lewandowski. Van Basten. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that.
A header! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Still just a single goal between the sides. And it's Del Piero. Camavinga. And it's Van Basten. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Van Bauten. 60 minutes played. That's a nicely shaped ball. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Your impression so far, Jim?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Forlan goes steaming forward.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Well, that's been cut out, well played.
No.
He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away.
Ya. Misalnya 2 kali ya.
Van Basten. Good running, strong and purposeful. Del Piero. And he was quick to react. Kimmich. Manchester United finding their passes. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Forlan. Rooney. Oh, that's a key interception. Del Piero is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Del Piero engages and forces him off the ball. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Ronaldinho. Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Ronaldinho. Forlan. It's a mighty effort! And that could come back to haunt them.
That's really unlucky because he didn't do an awful lot wrong then. It's a let-off for that defence.
Number 19, Esteban. Coming on the field, number
Vinicius
18,
Junior.
Vinicius
Junior.
Number 11,
Van Basten
Mbappe.
looking understandably energised after his goal. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He's found a way through. Rijkaard gets it. And the shot! So close to drawing level. "1-0 as we head towards the end. And here's Van Basten. Nice control. And it's Del Piero. And this is Van Basten. He's having a shot! He scores! And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now.
After 85
Well, when it's
minutes
pieced
is
together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Kylian Mbappe.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Substitution.
So that's two now without reply.
Number 10.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Substitution in progress.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Van Basten. Mbappe. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
There will be 3 minutes.
Terrific header! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And they are cruising away! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Van Basten.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Baresi. Van Nistelrooy chasing after it. And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponent.
Ini 27 atau 27 atau? Ya.
Nganu speakeran katanya Pak. Emang monitor komputer.
Mereka jual ukuran 24, Pak.
Oh gitu, di kamar.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And already we're underway here. The lineup we have suggests it's going to be a 4-5-1 formation, Jim.
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route. So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
Quality ball. No, that's been intercepted. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proved positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
Rijkaard. Fletcher. Nicely weighted ball. Ronaldinho receives it in a wide position. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Cannavaro. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Lewandowski. And it's made its way to him. And here's Van Basten. And this is Lewandowski. Great chance! They want to be quick to recover this. Del Piero is alert to the... It's Lewandowski! Goal! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Driving forward. Turns back here, probably the best option. Darren Fletcher can so cleverly bypass the press. Bebeto. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. That's a cute ball. Cannavaro. Bastoni. Here's Cannavaro. And it's Rijkaard. Rijkaard. Ronaldinho. Marquinhos. Bastoni. Marquinhos. Now Costa Curta. Ronaldinho. Now, can they get him away? He's in space and looking for options. Oh, smashing header! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Bastoni. Saliba. Bastoni. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Lewandowski is onto this. Lewandowski. Davids. Oh, it's Bebeto. And it's Rijkaard. That's Cannavaro. It's run loose here. And it's Van Basten. Del Piero. Saliba. And here's Van Basten. And the shot! Lewandowski finds himself offside.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
De Bruyne. Darren Fletcher. Ronaldinho, a player of legendary status. And it's De Bruyne. Here's Cannavaro. Now it's Bebeto. And he welcomes it in. Oh, nice touch. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's well spotted. Van Basten is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Van Basten. Nicely worked. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's a pretty loose pass. And this is Van Basten. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And the action is back on the way. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Now it's De Bruyne. And he's intervened well there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Davids. Ronaldinho. Now it's Bebeto. Darren Fletcher. And it's Cannavaro. For De Bruyne. Darren Fletcher. And it's Ronaldinho. Now Costa Curta. Davids. Now it's Bebeto. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Van Basten. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Davids. That is good alertness. And reclaimed it in a trice. Darren Fletcher. Still just a single goal between the sides. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. And he was quick to react. And that's put paid to a promising move. Oh no, this does not look good. Up towards the front line. Ronaldinho.
The attendance for this match was
Tries to pass it through.
29,514.
Ronaldinho.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And this is Ronaldinho. Oh, played right into his path. Now it's Rijkaard. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. And it's Lewandowski. Now that's well seen too. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Now it's Van Basten. Knocks it into space. Drives it in.
Darren Fletcher. And it's De Bruyne. Cannavaro. Darren Fletcher. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. De Bruyne. Oh, he's found support out wide. He is through here. Played in. Cleared without hesitation.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Bastoni. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That has been cut short. Now it's Bebeto. Davids. Driving through the middle.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now it's Bebeto. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And that was very necessary.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Cannavaro. One-nil as we head towards the end. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Bebeto. And here's De Bruyne. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Looking for the run. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. And it's De Bruyne. Now it's Bebeto. Can he get it through?
Is having a shot! Oh, taken with style. They have stolen level at the last.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
After 90 minutes.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Raul getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Yeah, I think it's time for some brave decision-making.
Substitution.
So all square with all... That's that, the end. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then. So Dida between the sticks for this one, widely recognised, as we all know, Jim, to be one of the great keepers from Brazil.
The big easy. For me, there was indeed a time in his career where he was considered as being one of the best, Peter, if not the very best. You don't have a career like his unless you're quite special.
Now it's Messi, and the through ball. Brilliantly cut out. Beckham. In with the challenge. Oh, it's Van Basten. Great vision. Good take, and is he in?
Real chance!
And he shoots!
Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Now it's Hullet. Oh, well measured. Saliba. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Wriggles his way through. And he's managed to get free.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Arsenal are looking to go forward now. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but...
Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Arsenal!
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
A 1-0 lead established.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Looking for the decent chance! It's in!
They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, played right into his path. That's really well cleared. And he's quick to snatch it back. And here's Hullet. And it's Vieira. Lewandowski. Del Piero. Oh, he's found support out wide. He is through here. Here comes the cross. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And he's gone looking for safety. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Now it's Messi.
Messi! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi! About as smooth as it gets. And they get themselves in front.
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Arsenal go into the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Del Piero really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to...
And the shot! And yes, it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
So smooth, a signature finish.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Arsenal go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Lewandowski. And it's Del Piero. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Del Piero.
Minutes has been indicated.
Now, can they get him away? He's got away. Hoisted in. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Tar calmly anticipates. And the whistle goes for half-time. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Messi, he has found a way through. Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer. That could spell trouble. Beckham. Lewandowski. Hazard. Del Piero. Some really good ball movement. Can he get on the end of this? Pullet providing an outlet on that flank. He's found a way through.
Ibrahimovic!
And that is wildly off target.
Arsenal certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And here's Messi.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Hazard. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Vieira. Rijkaard demonstrating his defensive quality there. And that's definitely not his best.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
He's shifting through the gears here. Play.
A header!
Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Del Piero certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Threads one in.
It's Lewandowski!
That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Beckham does really well to win the ball there. Messi, lovely pass, but can he get there?
He's had a shot!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Number 21.
Arsenal can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one.
And the shot!
An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
And he opts to go forward. Now it's Messi. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Del Piero. Azar. That's a good run down the left. Now that's well seen too. Shifted it to the flank. Del Piero receives it in a wide position. Arsenal have it back and can go again. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's neat. Messi! Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer. Just off target.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
And it's Del Piero. Van Basten, who does have an assist to his name. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
Substitution in progress.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Lewandowski. That's an imaginative pass. Could be danger here. Now it's Hullet. Del Piero. And it's Tar. Messi. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. That's a sharp pass. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's picked his way through. And it's claimed by the keeper. Bastoni cuts out the pass. Del Piero. And he gets rid in a hurry. And this is Van Basten. Hullet. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And it's Del Piero. Out to the left it goes. He's a sharp little ball here.
Two
Played
added
in deep.
minutes has been indicated.
And that is expertly dealt with. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. And here's Van Basten. Leicester deals with that comfortably. Keep the ball and that will be the final act. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant
Hello,
buzz in the
everybody, and
stadium, and the
welcome to
players on the
today's
pitch are
match.
raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Nothing but absolute focus in the eyes of Gennaro Gattuso, Jim, and no doubt he will be relishing every part of the battle.
Yeah, the very epitome of competitiveness and relentlessness. I mean, he's a real menace in every sense of the word. If you're on the ball, he'll chase you to the ends of the earth and back. I'm going to say only nice things about him for fear of him coming after me.
He can get that clear. And that's a throw-in. And he lines up a cross, punched away. In again, he's got full. Oh, it's come off the upright. And it's Robertson. Over to the left. Ibrahimovic. Gattuso. Gattuso was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And this is Van Basten. Oh, that's a key interception. And here's Ibrahimovic. He's picked his way. Azar!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he cuts out the supply. Looking for options for movement. And it's Nedved. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Rijkaard gets rid without sophistication. Xavi Alonso is the team's great visionary. Bastoni, Alexander-Arnold, and they've got a throw. Del Piero pinches it off him. Xavi Alonso, and here's Azar. Gattuso, oh, that's fabulous. Goes for a shot! It's in! The breakthrough strike. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Number 13,
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And here's Van Basten. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Royce. White.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And this is Nedved.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Floated through. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Del Piero. That pass has been well intercepted. And here's Azar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Spread out to the left.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Alexander-Arnold.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
In towards the back stick, climbs up big! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
And it's Beckham. Defending was strong and firm. Nedved. Xavi Alonso. That is a great pick out. And this is Royce. Ah, such a clever touch. White. And he's whipped it across.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. And he's had it nicked away. And this is Van Basten.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Van der Ven spots it and intercepts. Not the most accurate pass. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's a
And a
dressing
quick
room
reminder
that
today,
needs
everybody, to
rousing at
make sure
half-time,
to put
because
any
in
litter
truth
in the
they've
bins
not really been
provided.
at it so
Thank
far.
you for your
If the
cooperation.
pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Substitutions taking place.
And we're off again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Oh, well measured. Rijkaard. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Royce. Ibrahimovic. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Spread it left. That's an imaginative pass. Dink through. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Royce is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Hazard receives it in a wide position. It's a pretty loose pass. Now this could be a chance. And that has been clubbed away. Xabi Alonso does well to get it back. Saliba makes the interception. Ah, he's given it away. Ibrahimovic. Oh no, what has happened here?
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
He's got away. Well, what about Van Basten? And that's caused a worry or two. Great vision. Royce picks it up out wide. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Van Basten, always looking for that half a chance. Played out towards the right wing. He's found a way through. Shoots!
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Caught offside that time. So,
Substitution
time
on
for
the field.
changes on both
Number
sides, actually.
15.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything
Coming on the
tactical or
field
injury
is
related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Vinicius Junior. Substitution.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
It's Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Beckham. Well, that has not gone well. Mane. It's a searching pass. Ibrahimovic has it out wide and in space. Played in. It's a really well-measured ball.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Shapes to shoot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, it
Substitution
didn't
on the
quite come off
field.
this time, Peter, but
Number
that's a warning
19,
to the opposition.
Esteban.
This team know how to
Number
counter, and
10,
they'll be looking to do it
Del Piero.
every chance they get.
Coming on the field.
Just eases him off the
Number
ball.
22, Pedri. Number
Pedri.
14, Rafinha.
And he's picked out the run. Rijkaard. And it's Beckham. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Looking tidy in possession here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And he's in on goal.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
Some really good ball movement. 5 minutes left on the clock. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Oh, mid boy.
Saliba. That's a cute ball. That's a nicely shaped ball. Danger averted for now.
There will be 1 minute.
That's been
added
won
time.
straight back. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That's Nedved. And here's Royce. Swings in across.
Well,
And we're done. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment.
Ano iyo po to na? 2000 naon.